Hi everyone, my name is Nico Balak and I bring you now episode number 2 of the series called the Postcast. My guest today is from Belgium. His name is Werner Roozen. He plays the bass in Forest Mountain and the interview starts like this. When did you start playing the bass? And why?
Well, actually, I started playing around the age of 16. The reason was we wanted to start a band with a few friends. So, like, the guitarist had an acoustic guitar, put an element in there. We had a drummer, and then so we needed a bassist. So I went out and bought a bass, and that's actually the easiest way to explain everything.
I think most
So,
of the bassists start like that.
yeah.
They play
And
guitar and they need a bassist.
And yeah, I'm still not able to play guitar correctly, so I stick with four strings. It's easier.
I don't know if it's easier. I mean, it's different, I guess.
Yeah, true. I still can't figure out to play chords correctly, so I just do the single note thing the whole time. And like on bass, if you play chords, it's just two notes.
That's the hardest part, I guess, to play the chords with a very thick strings instead of the guitar. It's easier to make chords than
Hmm.
the bass, but I don't know. We've got lots of techniques to use. It depends, of course, I guess, on the music we play. But
True.
so you started at 16,
Yeah.
and what was the path until today?
Um, Actually, I started taking classes.
Yeah,
So my parents told me like, "Oh, you're gonna play an instrument. You have to take classes." So I did like reading notes, and at the same time I did classes. It was actually I like playing bass and everything. It was always at 9 in the morning on a Saturday. Now the problem was the big cultural difference our countries have. The legal drinking age in Belgium is 16. So I was going out for beers on Friday,
so you
and
you were destroyed to the
so
classes.
on Saturday I would come with a massive hangover in the class, going like, "Yeah, you have to play these notes." And like after a year and a half, I stopped because I was having like massive hangovers, and my teacher was going like, "You smell of alcohol. Stop drinking."
So you stopped the classes, not the drinking.
Yeah, the, that's the Belgian thing to do. We will not give up drinking. We'll just do other things. So I kept playing in a band, which actually is the best way to learn how to play. The band stopped for a bit. I stopped playing music for a while. Then I went abroad for my studies as a social worker for half a year in Estonia. I got back into music. Like one of my friends there was a big guy into metal, and he just started playing. So I got a guitar there. Started playing again. Decided I want to make post rock music. So I come back to Belgium. I buy my first guitar, actually, like my first multi effect pedal, because I needed tons of delay and reverb.
That's the problem
Start
with post
playing.
rock.
Yeah, true. Then I decide like I have a few ideas. I'm gonna search for some band members, which isn't that easy. Like it's a small crowd to play post rock. I've jammed a few times, and then eventually got the band together as it is now. And I actually learned so much more from this band than I've ever done. Most importantly, I learned to play on a click track.
Yeah.
it's a massive thing to learn, and like using a looper live, my playing style improved a lot. So that's actually in big lines what I did. Like I stopped phone classes after a year and a half. The thing is, it can be handy. Like if you can read notes, if you can know what you're playing in, it's easy. But I should learn more about it. But then I just go like, maybe I need a new delay pedal.
You
It's
are
a problem.
you are very related with pedals, I guess.
Yeah, I have a delay and reverb problem. I think I have like at least 10 or 12 delays. Reverbs is going to be around 6 or 7. It's an addiction. I only use 1 or 2 live, but like for reverb, I remember there was one song from Bad Bad Not Good they did with Ghostface Killer, and it has this spring reverb in the beginning, like on the guitar,
Yeah.
which set me on a 3-year journey to get that sound. And like I bought a lot of things just to find that sound. And eventually, like I think in the first year I figured out it's like a tube spring reverb. So last year I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna build myself a tube reverb, which I then built. I had it for like a month or so. I didn't actually use it a lot. Just like I found the interest that I found that sound. Then friends of mine started a studio. They like to support local musicians. It's actually there in the studio right now. It has a better home there than in my rehearsal basement. I think like using effects on bass depends on like your band setting a lot too. Like I don't know, we're playing in a 3-piece band, so there's a lot of space to fill with just
Yeah.
guitar and bass. So I need to cheat a bit. Like I've played in bigger band settings, and then just like I can basically delete most of my pedal board except for like my
Yeah.
drive chains and my tuner.
Yeah,
And
of
like
course.
yeah, drive is like a tough thing to do. Like you'll never find a drive that's like the sun in your head the whole time.
But because there's another thing, you can have the pedal board you want, but it depends also in the
And the
equipment. I
rest of the
mean,
band.
yeah, no, but I mean for example, if you go to a gig and you don't take your amplifier
Yeah.
and your head, what are you gonna do? The sound is gonna be different. So you have to
Yeah, no, that,
transport everything. So it depends if you go local or if you go, on a tour.
yeah, I know the problem. Like, actually, my whole sound is based on like a tube amp from the 60s,
Yeah.
which was rated for 200 volts. In yeah, Belgium, it's like 230 volts. So it's actually like if it's ramped up, it's a big difference. So the tubes will last about a year. But because it's pushed just that bit more, it has like a sweet tone. And then like
But
if you come at somewhere else and you go like, yeah, you have to use our backline, and it's just go like, is this how my bass sounds?
so you like more tubes than the other sounds.
Actually, no, because I was looking for like I'm gonna try and buy myself actually a dark glass microtubes.
Yes, the microchips.
Because the thing about tube amps is they're delicate.
Yeah, that's a
And they,
problem.
they take some maintenance every year. So I was looking for like the dark glass one, and then I found a Fender Bassman.
So, what bass do you play with?
I have a Fender Telecaster bass,
Oh,
and yeah, it's an old one. Apparently, it's actually from the 70s or 80s. I
good.
haven't figured it out. I got it in a trade, and it's actually quite fun. Then I use a Ibanez Roadster from 1983. So I basically use two basses to play live. So one's in drop D, the other's in drop C, and then I've got a bass six that's actually like here. So like a Squire Base 6.
Oh,
I actually wanted one for a long time, and then like I traded it for another bass because it was a short scale. It wasn't that practical to play alive because it was always like missing my notes because I'm not used to it.
okay.
And that's actually fun too because our guitarist got a baritone,
Yeah.
so we could switch it up. So I would play the higher parts, and he would go for the lower parts.
About the music now. So post
Yeah.
rock, you started in what year? You said?
Ooh, I think like my postdoc adventure started at a festival, seeing 65 Days of Static. Like they played, yeah, not local. It's actually one of their. It was a free festival at that time. Like I remember that year, the National was playing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's super funny, but like I didn't listen to post rock. I was like a lot into hardcore and metal, and my friend went like, "Yeah, you have to see that band. You're gonna love it." I was like, but it's a lot of noise. I was like, "Okay, I'll go. I'll stay a bit sober till 4 in the afternoon." And that was like my first time into post rock. Then, like for a long time, it was just basically 65 Days Static. Then at one point, I started dating a girl. She was more into post rock, so I got more into post rock. And then it just like clicked. First started with Maybe She Will, and then like Russian Circles, Mono, Explosions in the Sky.
Everything.
It suddenly like all came into one. Like living in Belgium, we're lucky enough to have Dunk Festival.
Yeah, I was looking in the map.
Uh,
It's just about 2 hours, 1 hour from your house.
yeah, which is long in Belgium
Like, and
time.
then,
And then
yeah.
so that's like I started listening more to post rock. I went to Arctangent in Bristol
Oh,
once.
yes.
It was super cool. Like I remember Mono played there, and like they were playing while the sun was setting, and like the main stage is like sorta on a hill, so it was a
Oh,
bit magical. And what I also remember from that time was like they had a silent disco, and you had Maybe She Will playing against This Will Destroy You, like silent disco, and they were like doing like the most stupid stuff ever. Like everybody was complaining. I was like enjoying myself because like the one channel had Britney Spears and the other channel had the Spice Girls, and then you had like the Mars Volta channel. So it was quite funny.
you're
But
so
like
you're so lucky you have those bands
yeah,
very often there. I mean,
it's I understand. Like it's super easy. Our festivals are actually quite cheap, I think, like compared to like neighboring countries, and we have like massive headliners.
yeah. So if we want to go to one of those festivals, we have to the the shortest place is the United States, and
Yeah.
it's about 16 hours so by plane. So this is the
Well, like
shortest. So then
like my
it's Europe, of course.
yeah,
But
but
I think we slowly making those huge steps to have more bands coming
yeah,
home. That's the problem is, of course, post rock is not a massive
no,
thing, so it's it's not cheap to bring a band uh, everywhere. So
yeah,
the it's so difficult, and it's not you have
that's
not a a big crowd going there and paying their tickets. So it's very hard. But in Chile, for example, the Le Rock Psychophonique
yeah.
is making a very interesting festival, and it's inviting one major band from abroad every year. This
Okay.
this this year
I, t-
was
I, I think they
canceled.
have I think they have an exchange program with Dunk Festival, like
Yeah. Yes.
because they brought La Ciencia Simple. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, so those guys are maybe gonna send me a message. But
The Chilean bands that went there was the first one. It was Baikonur, and the second one was, I don't know if it's Tortuga Anónima or no, La Bestia Cabaudán. Yes, I guess. I don't
because
remember.
like we played with a band from Chile, like they played at Tongue Festival, and I think 2 years ago they invited Run Golden Boys or something like yeah, but they're
Which
from
year was
Mexico. When we played with Los Angeles, it's gonna
2000?
be 2018, I think.
I don't
Yeah, because
remember.
last year I didn't go to Dunk Festival because I had a wedding, so it's gonna be the year before.
Oh, it's okay. I know Baikonur went to 2016. Then I don't know
Yeah,
which were the other bands.
I
Baikonur
remember
is
seeing
the
him.
band I love. I mean, the song on the podcast is from them,
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay.
and I like them very much. So, and well, you're in it. So you're making pedals. I want to know more about that.
So imagine coming like I graduated as a social worker. I didn't find a job directly, but I wanted more pedals. So being the cheap guy, I remember it all started with like the Dead by Audio robot. I saw it on YouTube. I'll never see it as a usable pedal, I think. It's just pure noise. And so it costs about 400 euros to get to Belgium, like import tax and everything. Or I could try and build one, buy a soldering bolt, like everything to build it, and the materials, and it would cost me about 60 euros. So the choice was made quickly. I tried to build it, I failed. Tried to build it again, I failed. But that time I also built like a Proco Rat. And so it started like I started small, then it was like making lists of like I'm gonna build 10 more pedals.
Well,
In the
there's a.
meantime,
You go on, go.
yeah. And like in the meantime, we would like tell friends like, "Do you want some pedals? Do you want some pedals?" So I would sell the pedals too, like actually quite cheap because like I wasn't paying myself the hours that I worked in, but it was able to cover building more pedals for myself.
Of course.
So I was like a drug dealer of pedals. So like I would sell to suffice my own needs. And then it sort of started like we built lots of pedals. Our guitarist enjoyed it a lot because it's just like, can you build me this one? I was like, okay, fine. I'll just make it like selling more pedals. It goes ups and downs. Like sometimes I stop for a while, like just not having the time anymore because it's quite time consuming to build a pedal,
Yeah, I
but
know.
it's relaxing too at the same time. So that's the good thing. I started like some bigger Belgian bands would buy pedals,
There's
and
there's a group in Facebook in Spanish that it's homemade pedals do it yourself, and
yeah,
it's a big community that they share knowledge and
yeah,
stuff and where to get the components and stuff, and
hmm
they are awesome. I mean, if you don't have to
you
buy
have
to the big companies. I mean, they
you
make
have the same.
custom for what you want.
You've got the same group in English. It's just DIY effects pedals, and it's actually quite fun. Like a lot of builders are here too. Like I know Josh from JHS like is an active responder on that blog on that Facebook group too.
Oh,
I remember like before finding Thomas, like I chatted with like 3 or 4 guys, and then like there was this kid just sitting at the same place I used to go for a drink. He's like, "Yeah, I want to play. I want to try," but like we didn't. like he had like a big Marshall stack. He eventually traded in for a Fox. Good thing. Like he didn't listen to post rock a lot, but he was a big Tool fan, so there was a
Wow.
base to build on. And like he got into post rock too, and actually he's an amazing guitarist, like literally. And then the drummer was an old friend of mine who was actually a guitarist,
Oh,
but started drumming. So we're probably like I think Thomas is like the best musician of us all, but we grew together
mm,
and like we decided if we want a fourth guy, it needs to click on a personal level, and then we'll see for the rest. Like pedal wise, I'll actually pedal and amp wise, I've gotten covered.
I mean,
But it's
it.
hard finding like new members.
Yeah, and one friend told me you don't have to look for a musician. You have to look for a friend that plays the instrument.
Like one band from Belgium, you should definitely check out. It's not post rock exactly, like it's more sludge. Like you should check out Omnia, which
I,
is one of the Belgium's biggest underground bands. Like the wall of sound they produce is like
mm,
amazing. I'm also always convincing like all my friends, you have to come and join me. And yeah, but I saw them on YouTube. It's not that fun. Like remember in November I went to Estonia again with some to visit some friends and tell them like you have to join me. So they played in Tallinn. And I remember like they started playing and my friend goes like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. And then like they started playing like the story guitar skins and they go like, yeah, this is amazing. This is the best thing I've ever seen. I think it is one of like it's an amazing band to see live, and like the wall of sound they produce and like everything just fits perfectly. It's an amazing band.
they have a special touch, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know
Yep.
them, but yeah, yeah. It's
I'll
it.
I'll send you some links later.
Please do. I want to listen to them.
All right.
Okay. Well, I think we've done enough for
Okay.
not boring the people. I think they're not gonna get bored anyway. Uh, so it was very nice talking to you, and thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks
No,
for the
not
invitation.
because no, you made this thing up. So this is because of you. So I thank you so much because of that. Because
Well, you're doing it.
yeah, but we're going I'm going to remember that. I just wanted to make
Thanks.
the post music interviews, but the bass is just for you.
Yes. All the
Yes,
low end.
and there are almost 60 people waiting for me to send a message about
Cool.
that.
So
So
I'll keep an eye
uh,
on the YouTube link and like
yeah,
I'll answer questions if people have them.
they're gonna be coming one. I don't know how often I could make them, but I'm gonna try to do it once, at least
Just to
every 15 days, at least. I hope I can make a weekly, but it's
take your time.
two videos weekly is too much. And I'm planning to make the drummers and then the guitar players, so slowly.
Don't
But
forget the vocalists.
no, of course, no, we don't have vocalists. And the
No,
keyboards.
there's like with some
Yeah, I
nice
know.
vocals.
Yeah, I know.
F.
I know there are bands with vocals, but no, please, it's too much for now. I mean, well, I've got material for many years,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's gonna be
but
okay.
the best of luck.
Thank you, man. Thank
And
you. Hi everyone. I'm Nico Balak, and my name is Nico Balak, and I bring you now to episode 2. Hi everyone. My name is Nico Balak. Hi everyone, my name is Nico. Now, go to him. Now, go to him. Now, go to him.